We always thought alien life would come from the stars. But it came from deep beneath the Pacific.
What the hell is going on?
This is Nia Childs reporting for the Fan Carpet. We're here tonight at the European premiere of Pacific Rim.
For anyone who hasn't seen it, it's a throwback to the great sort of monster movies, but it's done with a modern twist and modern spin. Look, big monsters coming out of the ocean, giant robots punching them in the face, me in the middle of it, and it's just a good time.
This film combines your two greatest loves, monsters and automatons. What is it that fascinates you so much about that and made you...
I think actually both monsters and robots are very moving to me for different reasons. As a kid, I had my undying love of monsters with awe and admiration that I think is in the film. And of robots because I find them very moving in a sort of, they encapsulate humanity in a strange way that I like. And that's why I love mecha in Japanese anime, because they don't have the ambivalence we have about technology. They really love it, and they create these mythical heroes in the robots. And I think a new generation of kids may be exposed to two of the greatest loves I've had, which is monsters and mecha.
Well, initially, obviously, what excited me about the movie was Guillermo. I signed on, it's the only time I've ever done this in my career, I signed on to be in the movie without even reading the script. I was just so excited about the prospect of working with Guillermo. But then I read the script and I was really delighted with what I saw. I mean, Guillermo told me a little bit about the character, but you know, it's a very simple kind of classic hero's journey that he goes through in the movie, and he's really ultimately just a very simple guy who wants to do good. He doesn't have an exceptional skill set, but what he can do is he can handle himself in a fight, and that's what they need. You know, they need fighters because we got monsters at our door, and we need to find some guys capable of kicking their ass.
Can you tell us a bit about how you got involved with the film?
Sure. I mean, basically, Guillermo had seen something. He is, has a ravenous appetite for television and film, and reads, every book under the sun. He'd obviously seen something I was in, and he just got that magical phone call to say, "Oh, do you want to come and play?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course, I'm in."
Brilliant. So, working on something of this scale, how does it differ from kind of other TV work and stuff?
Well, the scale of it is the main thing. You walk on a set, and he makes very practical sets. So, for example, there's a set which was like 4 streets in Hong Kong, to the tiniest detail. The restaurant menus were there, cars flying over us. I didn't do any green screen on the film at all, so it was actually quite refreshing as an actor to go in, and it's all half the work's done for you, to be honest.
A little bit about what makes them so
does that help your characters form?
You're never going to see anything like this ever before. I mean, even when you look at certain other robot movies, they were captured using motion capture. There's never been a sense of scale like this. You're never going to see monsters as visceral as this. You're going to come out of this movie like you've been punched in the face, white-faced. And that's kind of... But it's not just about that. It's about character. It's about Rinko and Charlie's relationship in the film. It's about my relationship with my father in the film. There's a lot more to it than just a CGI-laden Hulk smash action movie.
And what's it like working on a production of this scale?
Crazy. Guillermo keeps it very real on set. There's no ego. It's no different really to working on any other show. The only difference is you're pinching yourself all the time, going, "I'm doing this. This is crazy."
In the film, you play a scientist. Does that take a lot of preparation for that role?
Well, not so much. I mean, it's fictional science, so I didn't have to actually study any dead kaijus, it was more about learning my lines and knowing why I was saying what I was saying.
Guillermo such a special director. Why did you want to work with him so badly?
I knew if he was directing a monster movie, it's not just monster movie, it was something special. And I could see on this movie, because, I never seen robot versus monster. So this is a totally original, it's totally unique, and I love this movie.
As obviously a female character in an action film, what sort of challenges did you face?
It's the most physically demanding shoot of my career, because in the cockpit, it was they built they would built like the real size of the robot head, and the entire head was moving a lot. It's kind of amusement park ride. So, and then they would tons of water and spark on us for hours. So it's the most physical, demanding shoot. But I have love and hate relationship with it.
I was blown away. I mean, I knew it was going to be big because there were these great big sets and great gigantic production value that Guillermo brings. And then what he did with the post-production after that was even larger than I imagined. So I was blown away by this movie.
How was it working with him? I mean, he's such a legend now.
Yeah, he's a brilliant guy and a brilliant mind. He also is like this child with this great joie de vivre, and he was fantastic to work with. I couldn't have had a better experience.
I'm a big sci-fi fan, so to be honest, it's a bit of a dream for me to be in something like this. Like when I saw it the first time, it was like being 12 again, being caught up in a huge adventure, a bit like when first seeing Star Wars or something that is in another world, So fingers crossed it continues. It's a great experience.
It is pretty cool.
Pacific Rim.